All right, here we have a success story from Sharron. Today was her last day of the 24 challenge that I've given her, and she's going to talk about her success. So, tell me, how much weight did you lose?
11 pounds.
Okay, awesome. And tell me, how do you feel now? You could get into it as far as physically and mentally. How do you feel after completing the challenge?
Well, I feel great physically and mentally. I'm more comfortable in my own skin. I'm more comfortable in my pants and my skirts, and my waistline definitely is smaller, so that makes me feel great. But mentally, I learned a lot about myself and the willpower that I do have that I thought I didn't have. So that's awesome.
Awesome. Now, just tell me a little bit. How did you feel before the program? Before you started, and were you a little afraid or scared to do the program?
I was just weak minded. I It was just easy for me to indulge in the foods that I like, and for me to say, "Oh, that's not for me. I can't do that. I don't want to do that." But once I got focused, I really surprised myself.
All right, cool. And I know you mentioned to me a few days ago that you were able to fit in your daughter's shirt. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
That was the best part of the whole trip. I'm not so focused on pounds and what the scale says. I'm more just focused on slenderizing my waistline. So to be able to fit my daughter, who's a small, to fit her cardigan, that was awesome to me. That was a great day for me.
And I'm sure that was very exciting.
Yes, it was.
So I want to talk a little bit about as far as holiday parties and events, especially now. There's a lot of, the holidays are coming, and well, it's here actually, and there's a lot of events people go through, whether it's work or family, and we get a lot of people that says they want to wait till after the holidays to start a program, or not right now. They're unsure because of the events. Now I know during you were doing the challenge, you did have some holiday parties and events as you was going through it. Can you talk about a little bit about that, how that worked out for you?
Well, actually, Christmas time, I have a slew of parties to attend. And trust me, I didn't miss one of them. And the diet didn't stop me at all. As I said before, I learned so much about my own willpower and I learned so much about my own willpower. It was great. The parties I enjoyed. I enjoyed a bunch of different salads, lots of vegetables, a lot of grilled chicken. At a lot of the holiday parties, they do have a lot of healthy foods there, as well as, junk food. I just chose wisely. And it wasn't hard to do.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good thing to spread, because a lot of people, like I said, they get to these events, and before they even try, they already doubt themselves that they can't do it. So it's really good that while you were on the challenge, you were able to overcome them, and still enjoy these events and parties, and still be
And
able
enjoy
to
eating.
exactly
I enjoyed eating
and
also.
living healthy. Exactly.
But just from a healthier point of view. And trust me, I was one of those people that's dead against diets. I love the gym. I'll tear the gym up. But when it came to eating, my habits were terrible. I indulged in junk. My stomach was always bloated, always gassy, because all I ate was cookies, milk, cereal, and bread. So the result of that was a gassy, big stomach. So when that was out of the picture, I actually saw my waistline slenderized. Now, I don't have a six pack abs, but it's just flatter and definitely smaller in some inches. I still have some ways to go, but this was a great jump start. It was a great way, and I'm glad that I did it at this time, because it's going to make me perfect for the new year instead of waiting for the new year. And my birthday's in January, so I'm ready to wear my black leather dress.
Exactly, like that's the toughest part as far as having a kickstart. But like you said, once you get that kickstart going, afterwards it becomes easier and easier. And I'm glad that you weren't one of those January 1st people.
Right.
So I know that you have 3 children,
Yes.
but the youngest is a 3-year-old. And can you tell me how you're able to manage with your 3-year-old, and still be able to focus on yourself and working out, and stay focused with
It's
the
a
challenge?
juggling act, but I made sure that I got it in whenever I could. If at work or lunchtime, my lunch break, I would walk on my lunch break. If weather allowed, I would go to the gym on my lunch break. When I would come home, my 3-year-old, when he was downstairs with his movies, I would do my stomach and my dumbbells. So I just made it work. What was a little challenging was when the kids were indulging in pizza and McDonald's, where I would normally eat with them. I didn't, so I had to choose wisely. Nighttime is my worst time because that's when I like to really eat my sweets and drink my milk. But I just got used to drinking water and eating apples and peanut butter. That was really delicious.
Right, right.
And just where still having my sweets, but in a different form, in the fruit, more so than a ho-ho and a Twinkie and 2 bowls of cereal and a box of Entenmann's cookies.
And I think that's also important to spread as well, because, especially with moms with, kids and their busy lives, it shows that it is possible to take time to yourself and focus on yourself, even when you have babies, such as a 3-year-old and, full-time job, and you're still able to focus on yourself and work out and, and stay consistent. So, and I want you to explain as well, like, how it was having a coach, knowing that the coach wasn't with you, face to face, say, for example, like a personal trainer, but, do you still feel like you were able to accomplish and be motivated having a coach, even though, me, I wasn't face to face, but, me being there through phone calls, text messages, and everything? You could talk a little about that.
That was great because I did have my moments where I was weak or just lazy, not even so much the eating part. I had my days where I was lazy, didn't feel like working out, and I would just be thinking to myself, oh, maybe I'll just go home and chill. And then that's when I would get the text from Yuki saying, be awesome today, kick butt today, or whatever the text was, and that'd get me right back on track. So it was really... Because I was one of those that I know how to work out. I know what to do. I don't really need any assistance, but it was really good to have it. So, again, like I said, I've learned a lot about myself. I saw how I would talk myself out of getting in shape by prolonging it or just procrastinating or say, oh, I don't need that. All I need to go to the gym, So I really learned, the most thing overall, I learned a lot about myself.
Right.
And my willpower and that I am capable of achieving my goals.
Right.
So it made my mind strong, not just my body.
Right.
Overall, I would say it made my mind strong. Overall.
Right.
And that's a great feeling.
Right.
That's a great feeling. I learned so much.
Right, and that's the most important thing. Not just, like you said, not just the weight and the number on the scale, but it's all mental. And once you get that going, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
So tell me, what did you like best about the program? And would you recommend it to other people,
I was a little intimidated in the beginning because there's quite a bit of pills that you have to swallow. But most of them are soft gel. So once I got in the habit of doing it, that became second nature. But my favorite thing is the spark. I told you guys before, it gives me a great boost of energy. It's great in the morning. It tastes great. So that's why I never craved any soda or juice, because my spark, it like quenched that desire.
Right.
And then other than the spark, I would just drink water. So I really must say I like the spark the most. The catalyst, I think really was good for me. I normally have chronic neck pain because I have a pinched nerve, but I did notice that taking the catalyst, I didn't have any neck pain.
Right.
And just overall, just feeling good.
Right.
It's hard to explain, but I just felt good. I felt good because I knew I was doing something healthy for myself, mentally, physically. And then you feel even better as you start to see your shirt is a little looser and that waistline slimming down. That's my thing.
Every girl's thing.
My hips got a little slender too, which that's okay. I really never mind them being kind of big and wide. But the waistline is my main thing, and it did decrease. So I'm very happy with that. And that's the main thing that's going to lead me to continue on healthy eating habits.
Right. And before I get to my last question, I just want to shout out Dan, who's my
Dan.
partner with the nutritionist. He's a very, very helpful partner as well, who helps Sharron out.
Oh, yeah, he helped me a great deal.
Yep. So, lastly, okay, so Now, here's the important question. Like a lot of people who do succeed with, programs and things like that, and I don't want to say diet, I want to say healthy living.
Okay.
How comfortable do you feel now to continue to live in a balanced and healthy lifestyle?
I feel anxious and excited.
Awesome.
And what I've also learned is that I can have a cookie, I can have dessert. It's all in moderation. It's all in moderation, and that was one of the things that I had a big problem with, just overeating.
Right.
Overindulging,
Right.
So again, I learned so much doing this. I really showed myself that, wow, Sharron, you can do this.
Right.
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 I'm not going to say that I didn't have my challenging moments,
Right.
but it wasn't as hard as I thought it was.
Right.
I wasted too much time worrying about how hard it was going to be instead of just doing it.
Right.
So between you, Keish, and Dan, and another friend of mine, Shay, encouraging me, and my husband also because he did it.
Right.
I was ready to go, and I really amazed myself.
Right.
Again, not so much the number on the scale and all those things, just more about my internal, the mental, and showing that I do have that inner strength. It's just tapping into it and really, making yourself a priority.
Right. And once you have that, like I said, that mind going, then anything else is possible.
And prayer works.
Yes.
The whole time I was on it, I prayed on scriptures that reflected health and fitness and eating well. And I put prayer to everything. So
Good.
I should have already known it was going to work once I
Okay.
sealed it with the prayer. Okay, but
Right, that's awesome.
that's what works for me.
Right. So I just want to say congratulations on your success, and you continue to do well. And even though the program is done, you have the material, and of course you have me as well. So continue to live healthy and great, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night.